Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This is where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With news, New Zealand and the UK are about to start talks on a new trade agreement. But first, surprisingly weak demand for electricity in the US has seen overall American industrial production barely rise in September. This has happened even though the data shows a rebound in manufacturing and mining output. Together, this Fed survey suggests only moderate economic growth in the third quarter for the world's largest economy. The American economy may face longer and deeper recessions in the future if interest rates remain stuck at current low levels, Fed Vice Chair Stanley Fischer said overnight. In this latest speech, he mapped out a world in which low rates hamstring central banks from effective recession fighting. The RBNZ should be wary of firing all its bullets during a time when we're not even close to being in a recession. New Zealand and the UK are to start regular trade policy talks for a new bilateral trade agreement following Britain's vote to leave the European Union. New Zealand is in line after Canada and Australia in these talks, although we do have a history of getting things done quicker. The Aussie issuance of its first long sovereign bond, one that matures in 30 years, has been seen as a great success. They issued $7.6 billion, snapped up with twice that in demand. The yield was 3.27%. But it's becoming clear that this demand has been a big bet by international bond funds that they can pressure the Aussies to cut their benchmark policy rates and thereby induce lower Aussie bond interest rates. If they are successful, gains approaching 25% could be won by these funds in a time frame as short as 6 months. More than 2/3 of this issue was bought by foreigners, a level far above the usual level of about 35%. These international bond funds have the Aussies in their sights. In New York, the US Treasury 10-year yield has pulled back from yesterday's recent high, now at 1.76% and still retreating. The US benchmark oil price has seen a pullback as well, now just under $50 a barrel, while the Brent benchmark is just under $51.50 a barrel. The gold price is a couple of dollars higher today, now at $1,255 an ounce. New Zealand dollar is a little higher too, at 71.4 US cents, and on the cross rates is up to 93.5 Aussie cents and 64.8 euro cents. The TWI is at 75.4. We're also at another new high against a sinking British pound at 58.5 British pence. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.